Namaste, yogis. How are you today? Thank you for joining me for some stretch and breathe yoga. So it's Tuesday. We're still doing our plank challenge. We're going to do a 40-second plank challenge today. We're starting to get up into that area where, you know, it's starting to like, oh, can I do it? Hey, Jane. Who else is with me today? Someone with skyscrapers on their icon. Okay. Well, it's nice to have you with me. And let's start off today, as we often do, seated in a comfortable position with the back straight. Just give those shoulders a nudge back and down away from the ears, and then just relax your arms, shoulders. Let the top of the head drift up. Sitting super tall and straight and beautiful and erect. Who else is with me? I'm not sure who that is, but I'm so happy you're with me, and I'll find out afterwards when I check my chats. Leave me a message if you can, just so I for sure see that you are here. All right, let's take a moment to sit tall. Relax the arms and shoulders. Let them be heavy. Let them hang from your frame. Tune inward. Quiet the mind. And focus on breath. Breathing in through the nose. Allow the air to pour in through all of the channels that feed into the body and really send it deep into the belly. And then fill up. Hey, Annie, nice to see you. Thank you for joining me today. So filling up all the way to the throat, all the way into the mouth and parts of the head that can hold air. The sinuses, the ears, behind the eyes. And just notice how it feels when you're really full of air and there's pressure inside the body wanting to escape. And then allow it to escape easily, naturally, through the mouth or the nose or both. And I'll just be quiet for a few minutes as we settle in and allow you to focus on your breath. Breathe in through the nose, out through loose lips, or through the nose, or through, both. You can do both at the same time on your exhalation. Beautiful. I'm very grateful for that wonderful energy that everybody's giving me. I see Kevin's with me, and Ellis, and Jane, and Audrey. I'm so pleased. Thank you all very, very much. All right, let's start. Just seated comfortably in our cross-legged position. Take your right hand to your left knee. Left hand travels behind to the floor behind your left hip. Sitting tall, we look over the left shoulder. Stay here for about 4 or 5 breaths. You're ready, just slowly unwind, come back, one hand on each knee, round your back, drop your head. Inhale, lift the face, lift the heart. Exhale, round your back. And then come back to seated tall. We'll take the left hand to the right knee, right hand to the ground behind your right hip. Take a look over your right shoulder, sitting very tall. 4 or 5 breaths here. Take your time. Be in the moment. Beautiful. As you slowly unwind, one hand to each knee, round the back, drop the head, exhale. Inhale, lift the face, lift it all the way up to look at the ceiling if you can. If you can't, don't stress your neck. Remember, I'm just one lady talking to all of you. I don't know your particular issues with your body and with your tissues. So be careful, be gentle. Always listen to your own wisdom and your own knowledge of your body as a priority before me. You are your most important teacher. Listen, be aware, be wise with your choices. All right, so if you can, lift your face up, breathe in, and then we're going to exhale, round the back, drop the head. Let's do that one more time. And this time when we exhale and drop the head, we're just going to sit soft and quiet for a moment. Finding balance. Release everything in the neck and shoulders. Let the head be super heavy. And just relax. Slowly lifting up. Straighten up that back and lift the face. Bring your hands to prayer pose. Take a moment to set your intention for today's yoga practice. What brings you to your mat today, whatever it is, even if you can't put it in words, allow yourself to feel that connection with that intention. And find gratitude in your heart for whatever is tapping on your consciousness right now. Beautiful. Let's lift the hands up overhead if possible. If not, just as high as you can go. Reach it up, breathe in. Exhale, let's come right back to the heart. And lift it up again, breathe in. Wiggle your fingers up there in the air and look at your fingers. Let's bring the right hand down, but the left hand stays up. Right hand comes down. You can rest on the ground next to your hip. Look at it down there and reach that other hand straight up, lengthening through the entire side of the body. Lift up, stretch up, taller and higher than you ever thought you could reach. Nice. And with an exhalation, just let your shoulders sink back into its socket before we go over. We're going to walk the hand on the floor away. Maybe bring the elbow down. I'm going to scoot back a little bit so you can see a little more of what's happening. So we walk the fingers away, bring the elbow down if you want to, you don't have to, and then if you can, put an extreme stretch. Stretch from the hip all the way through the side ribs, through the armpit, through the elbow, through the wrist, through the palm of the hand, the fingers spread wide. Stretch and breathe deep. And release your neck. Don't let your neck be stressed out just because your body is sideways. Let it be soft and comfortable. Stretch and breathe. And when you're ready, bring that hand up, push against the floor, and come back up. Let's lift the hands up overhead. Find your prayer pose and bring it to your heart. Exhale, round your back, drop your head. Inhale, push it back up, stretch up, breathe in, wiggle the fingers. Look up and wiggle your fingers as much as you can, and then slowly bring the left hand down, all the way to the floor. Look at it as it rests on the floor next to your hip. Stretch that other arm up, up, up. Stretch it taller and higher than you ever thought you could reach. Up, 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 up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Keep breathing. And then with an exhalation, let the shoulders sink back towards your armpit, towards its socket. And then we'll go over. Walk the hand on the floor away from your hip and stretch over. You should feel this stretch from your hip to your fingertips, especially the rib cage area on the side, the armpit area, the elbow, wrist, palm of the hand, fingers. But you may also feel it in your waist and down into your hip, and that's okay too. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, we'll straighten it up, bring the hands out to the side, reach them up. Find that prayer pose, bring it to your heart. Thank you for that. Let's stretch the legs out, let them come straight out in front. Pull the flesh away from your sitting bones if that serves you and suits you. Now let's take a moment to just flex the ankles and sit tall. That's energizing the whole backside of the body from the Achilles tendon and heels. The back of the knees open up, feeling energy enter the body right there in that soft tissue behind the knees. Through the hips, through the sitting bones, and all the way through the back, up through your erector muscles, shoulder blades, and shoulders. Sitting tall, bring your heart forward, your sternum forward, your shoulders back. Flex your ankles. Keep breathing. Nice. You can relax your ankles, relax your feet, round your back a little bit, and let's just walk our fingers from the thighs to the knees to the shins. Maybe you can reach all the way to your ankles. Maybe you can reach all the way to your toes. Wherever is a good place for you to stop, where you can just relax a little bit in a forward fold. Don't take it too far if it's stressful for you. Relax. And let's drop the head, look down at your legs so your neck is not in a weird position. And take a moment to just breathe and be heavy and soft in a forward fold. When you're ready, just drag your fingers as you come up. Drag your fingers all the way back to your thighs. And let's take the right leg, bend it, and bring it to sit on top. So the foot is on top of that left thigh. Turn your foot so it faces the sole of the foot, the bottom of the foot faces up a little bit. And we're just going to massage those toes and the joint where the toes meet the foot, the ball of the foot area. Circular motion with fingers and thumbs, starting at the big toe joint, working your way down to the little toe joint. And we're going to grab all the toes in the left hand and bend them back and forward a few times. And if you can, take your arms and scoop your whole leg up and bring it to your chest and rock the baby. We're going to grab the big toe with two fingers of the right hand. This is the right hand reaching for the right big toe. Stretch that leg out and back a few times. Working the hip, the knee, the ankle, also the shoulder, elbow, fingers. Everything on the right side's working now. Left side's just kind of hanging out and waiting, offering balance and support. Keep breathing a lot as you move the leg back and forth a few more times. Nice. Let's reach it forward and put it on the ground. Sit tall again. Flex your ankles. Open up the back of the knees. Make sure you're still connected through your sitting bones. Forward with the heart and the sternum. Back with the shoulders. Top of the head up. Reach up. Breathe in. Exhale. Walk your fingers down towards your ankles. This time you can keep your feet a little bit flexed as you reach for your ankles or your toes or the side of your feet. You can grab a hold wherever is comfortable for you. Look down so your neck is straight. And then slide your hands back up. We're going to bring the left foot to the right thigh now. Bring it up. Bend the knee. Put the foot on top of the thigh. And turn the foot so the sole of the foot, the bottom of the foot, is facing up towards the ceiling a little bit. Inspect that foot. Make sure it looks nice. Give it a little congratulations, high five. Hey. And let's massage the toe and the knuckles, connecting the toe to the foot, the ball of the foot, starting with the big toe. Circular massages with fingertips, thumb tips, whatever works. Working down through the joints towards the little toe. And then we're going to grab all the toes in one hand and bend them back a little bit and forward, back and forth. Just get that toe joint really loosened and awake. Nice. All right, let's see if we can scoop up the whole leg in our arms and rock the baby. Grab that big toe in your peace fingers of your left hand. Push the heel forward. Bring the knee back. Forward and back. Keep breathing. more times. Keep breathing. Bringing fresh oxygen into the hip joint, into the knees, into the tissues of the hips. And when you're ready, stretch that leg out. Okay, now we're going to bring our legs a little bit farther apart. Not a wide straddle, but not just the caterpillar that we normally do. So this is maybe twice the width of your hips. If that's too wide for you, you can bring your legs in, it's no problem. Pull the flesh away from your sitting bones again if that is something that helps you. We're going to walk our hands forward. Bring the elbows down, round the back and drop the head. If this is impossible for you, you can use pillows to support yourself. Round the back, drop the head, and let the neck completely relax. So the head is super heavy, and that the weight of the head pulls the body down forward. Relax, breathe lightly, and let's take 3 or 5 breaths here. I would recommend that you do that longer, but we can't do it really during this session, but that's a really excellent pose for just letting tension leave the body, letting centering and bringing yourself back to your true self. So, you know, you maybe want to get some pillows and do that forward fold at the end of the day, maybe before bedtime, and allow yourself maybe 5 to 10 minutes to really relax and allow the tendons and the ligaments and the soft tissue of the body to stretch more than you can in just 2 minutes or 1 minute or 5 breaths. Okay, so let's bring those hands out like we're reaching from the hips to the knees to the ankles and back up. And we're going to bring the hands up to the shoulders and reach up. Breathe in. Stretch tall when you breathe in. Reach up. Excellent. Exhale, hands to shoulders, hands to hips. Slide it down to the ankles. Come back up. Reach for the shoulders and up. Two more. One more. Come on back up. Let's cross the legs again. Take your hands into a prayer pose right in front of your heart. Press the hands against each other here using some arm muscles, hand muscles, even your shoulder and back and chest muscles. Press. Let's spread the fingers wide. Press with your fingertips. Bring the elbows up so they're sort of parallel to the floor. Forearms parallel to the floor. Keep pressing, keep using all the muscles of your fingertips, your hands, your wrists, forearms, elbows, biceps, triceps, shoulders, chest underneath the collarbone, and all around the bra strap area that goes around your midriff, towards your back, underneath your shoulder blades. All of that area is activated here. Push, push, push. Keep breathing. Use a lot of strength here, folks. Keep breathing, keep pushing. Challenge yourself. Two more breaths. Keep pushing. All right, release. Interlock your fingers. Push through. Straighten in front. And round your back, drop your head. Push your hands way, way forward. Pushing through those inverted fingers. Keep breathing. Keep pushing forward. Keep the hands interlocked and inverted. We're going to keep the arms and hands just like that. Bring them up overhead. Breathe in. Stretch tall. Awesome. Bring the hands to the back of the head or the back of the neck, and elbows go way back. And we're going to take our eyes straight up. Face stays level, but the eyes look up. And blink your eyes a lot blink, 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 blink. Keep breathing, blink, blink, blink. Looking up through the top of your eye socket. Stimulate your eyes. Nice. All right. Take your hands, one elbow up, one elbow down. Don't go too far. This may be a little bit stressful on the torso. Bring it up, breathe in. Exhale, dip over the other way. Bring it up, breathe in. All the way over. Don't go too far. If you feel like it's difficult, just go a little ways. Like I can go over pretty good on my left. My right, something talks to me right there, and I just say, well, maybe I won't push it. That's okay. Up and over. Breathe in and up. Exhale, over. 2 more times. Breathe in, up and over and up and over. Last time. Up. All right. Let's take those hands and invert the hands, interlocked fingers. Bring it up, straight up overhead. Breathe in. Round your back. Bring it in front. Drop your head. And then bring it back to prayer pose right in front of your heart. Beautiful. You can stay in cross-legged if you want, but some of us may choose to get up on the knees and sit on the heels. So if you did that, you can take a moment to bind your hands behind your back and interlock your fingers back there. Squeeze your shoulders back and straighten your arms. If you cannot do this, you can use any kind of little fabric like a bandana or a belt to allow you to get your arms straight without interlocking your fingers. Squeeze those shoulders back and lift your face up. Breathe in. Exhale, drop your head. Inhale, lift the face. Exhale, drop your chin. One more time. Breathe in. Squeeze your shoulder blades back for all they're worth. Exhale, drop your chin. And release the hands. Let them just come to rest on your knees or your thighs. Round your back and drop your head. As you start to breathe in and sit tall, we're going to come up off of our knees here and come up onto hands and knees into our table position. Let's see, should I move the camera back? Maybe you can see me okay. Nope, I'm going to do it. Move the camera back. Maybe that's a little better, okay. I think it's just the angle. Hold on. That's okay. Okay. So knees are under hips, wrists are under shoulders, fingers are spread wide. Table position, nice strong table. Push away with your arms and shoulders. Press your fingertips into the mat. And let's try the cat pose. Arch the back up, drop the head, drop the tailbone. Come back to a flat table and pass through the flat table all the way to cow pose, sinking down in the middle of the back, lifting the tailbone and the head, the face. Keep pushing away with your arms, shoulders, fingertips, strong arms on the floor. No collapsing in the neck and shoulders. All right, I'm going to encourage you to go back and forth between cat and cow at any speed that feels good to you right now. Sometimes going really slow feels really good. Sometimes there's a lot of energy and flexibility and you just want to go back and forth a few times, nice and fast. It's up to you. There's no way to do it wrong unless you're just not listening to your body and you just go a little crazy. So let's not do that. Let's keep listening to what's right. The inner wisdom tells us how to go about getting our yoga just right for us. right, come back to a flat table, turn your toes under, and let's do our first downward dog of the day. Make sure your hands are able to support your weight as you pick your knees up and find that perfect place for your feet. Lift the tailbone up and back. Drop the head between the arms down towards the yoga mat. Push away with your arms, shoulders, fingertips. This is our first downward dog of the day, so we're not going to go too crazy right now. Let's come back onto the knees and back to cat and cow. All right, it's about time for our plank challenge. We're halfway through the hour. We're going to try and be 40 seconds today. So I'm going to set my watch and watch it closely to help us all out with our motivation. Keep looking at that watch and seeing the seconds tick by. Now remember, if this is too much for you, it's possible to be on your elbows and do a low plank. And you don't have to have your rear end so straight down in line with your shoulders and hips and ankles. It's good if you can, but it's better to do the plank and allow your rear end to go up a little bit. That's okay. All right, so we're getting ready here. Getting up on the toes. And let's go. 40-second plank. Holding steady, holding strong, finding that balance, that strength. Keep breathing. And guess what? We're almost halfway through 40 seconds. Ten seconds more. Keep with me. Strong arms, strong legs, strong back, strong mind. You did it. Let's come back onto the knees. Perfect. Let's take a little reward pose here, pose of a child. You can bring your hands back by your ankles, palms up, and forehead rests on the floor in front of your knees. Relax everything. Nice. Okay, I want to show you a couple of options that you can have, because I think some of us, that 40-second plank challenge may be a little much. So remember, if your wrists don't like being on the floor like that, it may be a better option for you to be on your elbows, and you can do this. You could, in theory, start up in tall plank or high plank, and then when you realize it's too much for you, you could come down onto the elbows. So that's something you may want to try. It's pretty easy to come down. It's a little harder to get back up without putting a knee down. So those are some options that you have as we progress. For those of you that have been with me a while, we're doing this 40-second plank challenge this week, starting today. We'll do it again on Thursday, but try and find time that you, by yourself, or with a friend, I guess, do your challenge every day. Find yourself on the yoga mat every day, even if it's just that and nothing else. Although, you know, I think you should do a little more than that, but this is the challenge, is to get 40 seconds of plank every day this week. And next week we'll go 50 seconds. By the following week, hopefully, we'll be up to a full minute. Once we get to a minute, we'll try some different kinds of planks, like the Spider-Man plank and side plank. We'll see how it goes. So if this is difficult on your wrists, I suggest you get down on your elbows, and don't feel bad about that at all. That's great that you're trying to get stronger, have more endurance, and more stamina. But also, let's keep flexible and fluid in our movement and joy in our hearts. That's what it's all about, folks. Self-care, self-love. Then you can give it out to the world through your eyes and your smile, your actions, your words, your attitude. And that's what the world needs more of these days. Don't you agree? All right, so we're going to go into table position again and do the thread the needle, which is wonderful to stretch the shoulders and upper back. So come back onto your all fours. Okay, we're going to take the left hand strong on the floor, the right hand pick it up and pass the fingers behind the wrist of the left hand, and then keep threading the needle and bring it on down. Shoulder and face come down to the floor. Take your hand that's long on the floor, your right hand, and turn it palm up, fingers spread wide. Then take your top hand and reach it out beyond those fingers and pull it up. Drop it down, bring it up, breathe in and out. This is stretching your hips at the same time with the left shoulders getting a lovely bit of stretch and workout. And this time we're going to leave the hand up and just let it find balance up there. Let it just sit and hang without a lot of effort in the muscles. Just finding a balance point, let it just be there for a moment. Close your eyes. Feel the sensations of the body. And then we'll bend the elbow and bring the hand to the floor and push ourselves back up. Let's cat and cow a couple of times. Okay, and let's do the thread the needle on the other side. Keep everything balanced. So now the left hand goes behind the right wrist and all the way through. Bring the left shoulder and the left side of the face down. Turn that hand on the ground, palm up. Take your top hand and reach it beyond those fingertips. And bring it up and down. Breathing in and out. This time as we go up, we're just going to let the hand sort of suspend itself up there and hang in balance. Bend the elbow, bring it to the floor, push yourself back up, back to the table, cat and cow. Okay. What I'd like to do is get some music with a beat. And as we're in as we're in table position, bring your right knee to your nose and then head high, heel high. Bring it in, lift it up, bring it in, and up, in, and up, in, and up. Keep breathing. Two more. And switch feet. Knee to nose, head high, heel high. Knee to nose, head high, heel high. Start slow. And knee down. Let's open the knees wide, put the big toes touching, and slide back into pose of a child, wide-legged. Bring the side of your face and your heart down to the floor. We're going to sit on our hips again, and this time we're going to find this big straddle. Now this big straddle is big for you. It's not necessarily the same as mine or somebody else's or yourself at a younger age perhaps. So accept whatever flexibility your body can offer today with gratitude and grace. So whatever position you found for your big straddle, we're going to bring the hands and hover the arms right above the legs. And then reach beyond your toes as if you're trying to touch something floating in the air, a little bubble floating in the air right above your toes. Reach one side and then the other. And come back to the center. Lift the hands. Find your prayer above your head. Pull it to your heart. Keep the back lengthened, the spine long and tall. Bow the head. Take a moment for yourself here. Beautiful. Let's put those hands on the floor in front of the hips. And maybe walk them one step forward. Find a really good place for your hands, as if you're going to do a push-up. But we're not doing a push-up, we're doing a lower down. And then we push up afterwards. Find yourself just exploring your flexibility very gently. Don't compare yourself to anybody else, including me or yourself at a younger age. Let's see if we can stay down for a moment. Push halfway up and walk your hands over to your left leg. One hand on either side of the knee. Bow your head over the knee. Reach your hands towards your ankle or your foot. Hands to the floor on either side of your knee. Push yourself halfway up. Walk your hands back towards the middle. Find that place for your hands again for the push-up and the lower down. 3 times. All the way to your extreme, wherever that may be. It may change each time you try this. It may be a little bit different. Halfway up. Let's walk over to the other leg. One hand on either side of the knee. Bow your head over the knee. Reach your hands towards your toes or your ankle. When you're ready, hands to the floor, push yourself halfway up and come back. Walk your hands to the middle. 3 times down and up. You may notice that each time you come back to the middle, you have a little bit more forward fold. That's normal. Okay, I'm going to ask you to come to your lowest possible position and stay there for a full minute. And if you need a pillow, you can use a pillow. If you want to be on your elbows, you can be on your elbows. Okay, walk your hands back towards your hips and bring your body back. That was a pretty extreme straddle stretch. So let's reverse it by crisscrossing the legs. Bring our legs in and wrap them around. So basically your bottom leg comes, so the knee is pointing forward and the heel comes back by the right side of your hip. Your top leg, which is my right leg, the knee is on top, the knees are stacked vertically, and the right heel comes back by the left hip. And then we try and sit equally on both hips. It's a little bit difficult, but give it a try. Try and balance out your hips while keeping your heels back by your hips. It's not an automatic thing for sure. It takes a little bit of practice and time and dedication, but give it a try. And then the best thing to do is to rest your hands on your feet and sit tall. And if you like, you can do a forward fold, bring the forehead down to the knee, and take a rest. Coming up, sitting tall, let's unwind the legs and then wrap them the other way. So now instead of the right leg on top, it'll be the left leg on top. So swing your weight back on your hips and swing your legs around. And take a minute to pull those heels in by the hips. Soles of the feet are aimed up a little bit and the hands rest on the feet. Toes rest, fingers rest on toes. Palm of the hand rests on the sole of the foot. Sit tall and find balance in those hips if you can. Forward fold. Rising up. Let's try the pigeon position. And the pigeon position is another version of a straddle, so we're really getting some serious hip work done today. But I think it's not too difficult, so hopefully you can manage to come onto, let's bring the right knee in front and stretch that left leg back. Now this foot here can be tucked in at your groin, or it can be out to the side. So somewhere in the middle is usually the easiest thing. This back leg, we're going to roll over and put the front of the thigh down on the floor, facing in the same direction as this front knee, looking into the distance. Push your hands into the ground and lift your heart forward. Proud pigeon puffs out his chest. Lift the head high, shoulders away from the ears. And then rock back on your hips, and let's turn around the other direction. So we're going to bring the left leg to bend for the front, and the right leg goes back. We're going to roll onto the front of the right thigh, the back thigh. Proud pigeon. I know I'm a little off camera, sorry, I really can't adjust that right now. But puff your chest out forward, breathe in, sit tall. Beautiful. From this position, we're going to come back into table pose. So use those hands to support some weight and pick this front knee up and let it join the back knee. And you're back into table position. Cat and cow a few times. And then when you're ready, we're going to downward dog again. Bring those hips up, straighten those legs, or get the knees a little bit straighter. Find that beautiful place for your feet and your hands so you can feel good and balanced and strong on the floor. Push your hips up and back. Drop your head between your arms down towards the mat. And let's walk the dog now. Pick one heel up at a time, maybe even pick the whole foot up. Let your hips move left and right as you pick one foot up at a time. And then both heels up, stand on your toes, both heels up, push the hips up and back away from your hands. Drop the head, slowly lower your heels. Up onto the toes, lower the heels down. Up onto the toes, lower the heels down. Let's walk the feet a little closer to the hands, walk the hands a little closer to the feet, and hang in ragdoll. Just allow yourself to be heavy through the arms, head, neck, shoulders, upper body. Maybe there's just a little micro bend in your knees. Your feet are just a little wider than your hips, toes pointing forward. Hands rest on the floor in front of your toes. Relax your neck. Let's bend the knees just a hair more and start to move the hips in a figure eight. Reverse, go the other way around your figure eight, your infinity symbol and the hips, moving that beautiful ocean within us, back and forth like the tides. All right, just hang for a moment. Let's walk the left hand to the middle in front of your feet, and the right hand's going to swing up. You can watch it moving up. Let it go as high as it can. Maybe it goes out of sight, up there in the air, but keep looking for it, looking up. Reach that hand up as high and over the top as you can. Take 2 breaths. Lower the hand, and let's try going the other way. Down, bend the knees, hands to the knees, push against your knees, and bring yourself up. Guys, how you doing? Are you still with me? All right, let's take a moment to stand tall. Feet underneath the hips, toes pointed forwards. Rock back and forth on your toes and your heels a few times. Make sure you feel nice and settled on your feet. And bend the knees slightly, bring the hands out to the side and up, 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 overhead, reach up, stretch up, breathe in. And let the right hand slowly drip down like candle wax, dripping all the way down. Just watch it as it goes. It's going to hang next to your leg, look at it down there, reach the other hand up, lengthening one side, lowering the other. Carefully cast your gaze up at your upper hand. Don't do it if it bothers your neck. And then back down to your lower hand. Watch it rise. It rises slowly like steam. Reach up with both hands, stretch up, breathe in. And then the left hand or the other hand starts to melt down like candle wax. Watch it go. It's going to hang next to your leg. Look at it down there. Reach the other hand way up. Totally relax this lower hand. Reach up with the upper hand. Look down at your lower hand. If you want to, you can carefully cast your gaze upward at your upper hand for a moment. And then back down. Let the hands slowly rise like steam. Watch it rise. Reach up with both hands. Stretch tall. Bring your hands into prayer pose and pull it to your heart. Beautiful. Take a step apart. You're going to bend the knees a little bit. Come into a little bit towards a squat. Knees over the toes. Don't let your knees be floating around out in front somewhere. They should stay aligned with your toes. And we're going to swim. So take your arms forward and just feel like you're swimming in the ocean or a lake or a pool. big arm strokes all the way around. Let's see if we can go a little faster. Maybe challenge each other. Faster, faster, faster. And let's go backwards. Backstroke. Bring your face up. You gotta breathe. When you're doing the backstroke, your face is up. Breathe. Knees are still bent. Heavy in the hips. Sink down. Beautiful. Let's do the butterfly. Both arms together over the top to the front. Face up, look up, face down, over the top. Breathe in, face up. Breathe out, face down. Keep it going. All right, just let your arms swing a few times. Swing through the momentum of your hips and your knees bending, not by muscles in the arms, just swinging through momentum. And stop and just let them stop at their own speed. See how long it takes. Notice how the body reacts to gravity. Awesome. All right, we're going to kick forward and flick our fingers. Get rid of that stress. Kick and flick, kick and flick, kick and flick, kick and flick. 3 more times. Kick. That's 2. That's 1. All right, take that right hand down towards the right side of the leg and stretch it towards the knee. Bring the other hand up and over. And come straight again. Make sure your feet are good underneath your hips, toes pointing forward. Then we're going to take the left hand, reach it down towards the knee on side of the leg. Right hand comes up and over. Coming up. Both hands reach out and up, stretch up, find your prayer, bring it down. And I'm going to challenge you to do a little bit of a yoga squat. If this is too much for you, just come and sit down in a normal cross-legged position. Let's see if we can do the yoga squat though. Bring the heels a little wider than the hips and toes pointed slightly out. Knees go over the toes, hips go straight down. And we're going to put the elbows inside the knees. Find that perfect position for your feet. Elbows inside the knees pushing out. Knees outside the elbows pushing in. Hands in prayer pose at the heart. Lift the top of the head up. A lot of action between the elbows and knees. Elbows pushing out, knees pushing in. That pressure allows you to lift your sternum and your spine, top of your head. Try and keep the shoulders not scrunched up around your ears, but down away. And from here, we're just going to sit back on our hips and come into easy pose, cross-legged. So if you need your hands for support, which you probably do, bring them out behind the hips. Rock back. And let's return to where we started this morning. There we go. Take a moment for yourself. Just feel the sensations of your body. Maybe you can be so still and so at peace and so in balance that you can feel your heartbeat in your chest. Maybe you can even feel the pulses of blood going through all your arteries in your body, in your shoulders, arms, hips, legs, hands, feet, back and belly. Maybe you can even feel it inside your mouth and your tongue and your cheeks. This quiet moment that we have at the end of our yoga is a wonderful time to bring people to your heart. People or animals or anything else that you want to give blessings to, want to give encouragement to, want to give love and support and healing energy to. Whatever pulls at your heartstrings, give it time now. Close your eyes. Picture that person or that animal or that thing in your mind. And feel the joy in your heart that comes from seeing those beautiful, beautiful energy, beautiful eyes, beautiful vibrant spirit. We've got a few minutes together still, so let's take a moment to do some soothing touch with the fingertips, the gentlest of touches. Start with your fingertips in the inner elbow and the outer elbow, and just slowly pull all the way till fingertips touch fingertips. And then you turn. Turn. The gentlest of touch is the most soothing, most comforting, giving you the most ability to calm yourself in times of anxiety, sorrow, fear. Allowing you to get your breathing under control. Allowing you to find your center. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga today. I hope you take your yoga with you throughout the day. Take care of yourself. Eat some fruit. Drink some good, clean water. Refresh the body, re-nourish the body, and re-nourish your spirit as well. And remember that if you spend your time and your energy and your thoughts and your actions on things that are in alignment with your true core values, then you're going to feel joy and power in your life. That's your authenticity. No one knows your authenticity except you. And it takes a little bit of time and effort to connect with that power, but it's all there within all of us. So I give you all my joy, all my love, all my namastes, and I will see you again on Thursday. Keep doing your plank challenge. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye-bye.